Alright, hey guys, here's a quick video walkthrough of our new app BorderSense. So some really cool features. So we've had some chats with people for a while, which they're like, I'd love to know how I can work out all my visa rules quickly. This gets, super complicated for, quite a few people. I won't go through it all. I'll just run through the features, but basically a bit of a map app tracker and some handy travel tools for when you are traveling somewhere. So here's the first screen of the onboarding. Basically kind of tells you pretty much what we can and what we can do. So let's go show me how. You'll ask, so they'll kind of ask you to pick a passport. So we'll say Australia here, and then how do you usually travel? Let's go digital nomad. Okay. So we'll try a visa check. So pretty much it's just like Sydney to Tokyo, what we would need to do. Let's see what BorderSense finds. We'll run a sample check and then, yep, okay, great. And you can also see, hey, this is what the map looks like. Yes, I would like my own map. And you can just sort of fill out, you know the basics. Great. Okay, maybe later. Okay, so after the onboarding, here we are in the main screen, I guess. Let's move that over so it's easy to see. So you can kind of see a world map. You can run some visa checks, some currency options, some translation, some live trip. You can set some home widgets on devices so you can have a widget to see, countdown to your next trip and all that stuff and a few other things. You got goals, achievements, all that good stuff, travel stats and a bit of a timeline so you can sort of build a little journal over time. But what I'll do first is go to the map. So you can kind of see your world map here. We can click away and add a country like Australia, currently where we are. Great, so now it's added to our map. There's some more pro features, so you can sort of wish list and do some more detailed things, but if you want to just add this place, we can do a long press here, and then we can say, yep, we've also visited New Zealand. Okay, so if we want a wish list, let's add a wish list country. I'll move this back over here. Let's say Andorra, nice and convenient. And then let's also add, let's say Argentina. So let's go back. So now on the map, let's try to go over to Argentina. It should show us in that beautiful color. I have to use the red glasses, block the color, but you can see Argentina's on our wish list as well. And there are so for premium, there are some different features on maps and things. I'm already a user, so I'm going to try restore purchase and see if this works. Ding, ding, great. All set. So you can change map countries. You can show some additional countries. Okay, there's wish list. You can add some custom locations, regions. So you might want to say, hey, I've visited whatever, this specific part of the countries that are, have part of the Sahara Desert, stuff like that. We can also see, yep, a bit of a wish list, see some more options here. Okay, and then we can do like a dark mode of the map. So, yep, change the color. You can see some achievements here and all that sort of good stuff. So, cool. That's a really, really brief overview of the map. You can also even do some sharing, so you can share some stats. So I've seen, 2 countries, so we explored 1% of the world, all that sort of thing. So that's great. There's a few more in there. I won't go through it all. Really quick video. Visa check. So here is the core use case for folks who are really happy. So I am from Australia and I want to visit Albania. Okay, let's go with the A's. So you can check visa. So yep, you can see straight away 90 days, no visa required. If you're traveling with family, and let's say, so this is a core use case. So let's say you have a spouse who is from El Salvador. Let's say spouse, El Salvador. So what requirements do they have? You can do kids, other things, all of this stuff, but this is really handy because sometimes this can be really, really complicated to work out. So you can at least say, okay, awesome. So I would need whatever proof. You need a marriage certificate, proof of relationship, etc. And then they also don't need a visa to go visit Albania with you. So that's always good. Is a visa cheat sheet. So let's say you want to go. So this is basically select your Aussie passport. So this will give you a real cheat sheet of where you can go. So if you're looking, hey, I need to go somewhere for a period of time. Okay, so you can see there are visa-free countries, there are e-visas, and there's ones where there are visa required. So for example, here Algeria is a visa required. Azerbaijan is an e-visa. And then, you've got a whole bunch of like Armenia's visa free. So that's kind of handy at a glance to know all of this. So all the pro users will be able to see this, see all the sort of countries and stuff. And here is the risk helper. When we built this, we we envisioned that the world was going to be a much more riskier place, but in the last, let's say, 60 days, it's become even riskier. So basically, this will do some risk analysis. So based off your travel history, so as you populate more things in the app, and add some more details, you'll be able to see, okay, am I going to have any conflicting countries? For example, if you've gone to certain Arab countries, you may not be allowed into Israel and vice versa. The Schengen rules, so if you are digital nomading, you need to be in the Schengen zone for a period of time, and then you have to leave, then we can work out all that stuff. There's ESTA stuff, so you can add ESTA info, any vaccination requirements extra that countries may require. They're all there in the visa risk helper. So let's try Angola. Let's see how that works. When am I going? Let's say 1st of May. Okay, and then duration, let's say 12 days. Okay, low risk apparently. That's good to know. So it'll give you like a quick real time. Obviously, this gets a lot better the more data you feed it. So if you've been doing, years worth of travel history in here, this is going to be much more informative than us just setting this up now for the first time. So the BorderSense is really an app that the more you use it, the better outcome you'll get, I guess. So that's always really exciting, always really fun part of this. So we've built something that's kind of valuable on day one. It's even more valuable on day 90. Okay, so that's the visa check. You can do some quick currency conversion. You can do some live trip and some widgets. You can even do some quick translation. So there's some quick phrases and things. So let's go, for example, so it'll give you some quick greetings, shopping phrases, etc. Food, emergency, so you can use kind of these things really helpful. What I will do now is go plan our next trip, so I can select the location. I can say, let's go see what country start with C. Okay, Chile. Here we go. Departure date. Let's say it's 31st of May. Okay, so it'll give you now. Yep, save the trip. So it'll give you a nice little countdown when you open the app, so you can see there's 55 days to your Chile trip. When you also click this tile, you'll be able to do a whole bunch of trip things. So this is quite a thing. I used to manage this in several apps, so now we've added this as something as a feature. So as you've seen the translation feature we saw earlier with, you can get some phrases. It's Spanish, so it'll be quite similar to Argentina, but anyway, you can update your trip details. So if you're getting postponed, going earlier, you can export all this stuff into spreadsheets or anything if you need it. And you can do a trip checklist, so you can share the trip. So this is a really fun one. You can sort of, okay, well, a bit of an error here. We'll have to edit that bit out in this thing. So we are using this on desktop, so it does have a different share thing. But anyway, let's go back to our Chile thing. You can add a trip checklist. So I used to manage this in several checklists, right? But you can create a checklist of everything you need. So you need travel essentials, documents, tech. So Chile 2026, Chile. And then you can say, hey, I want travel essentials. I want all of these things. Create. So this will give you a nice itemized checklist, so you can check off everything as you get done, as you get packed. You've got your insurances and various things. You've booked accommodation. You've got any driver's licenses you may need or visas. So it's all here now, so you can track it all within the app. So this is really helpful. The main goal of this is to start doing all your regular travel things, get it in one place, and make it much more enriching and much more exciting for you guys. So anyway, so you'll see that counts down. We also have trip memories, so you get a flashback. So let's say in 12 months time, you'll get, hey, you were in Chile this time in May, here as well in the app. Always good to see. So live trip, you'll be able to start this. So basically you can turn it on, and then the GPS will auto update countries where you are. So pretty much nice little tile that you can enable to if you hate manually tracking things. So as we entered in the map earlier, this will do it for you automatically. There are some home screen widgets, so you can add, how many countries you visited, how many days till your next trip, etc. That'll pop up as widgets on the phone and in the home screen. So that's fun. You can set travel goals. So, let's say new goal, whatever, 50 countries this year. There's a few other samples, places this month or something, 50 places this. Let's just go 50 create. So you'll be able to track these. You'll get little awards. So if you're trying to, get to 150 countries, it's a nice little way to track this in here. You can see a timeline. So it'll say, hey, obviously Australia, New Zealand, you've added here in the map. You can do it. This will export into a little travel resume for you. So again, one of these features that gets way more valuable as the time goes on. Travel stats, you'll be able to see all your travel stats, places visited, how many trips, how many days abroad, how many months you were traveling, and you can do this also via year, so this is just really helpful. A bit of a Spotify wrapped on steroids for your travel. And achievements, so okay, and last update before I got cut off by Loom, there's also an achievement screen. So this will kind of track your achievements as you go through and start using the app more. Track your continents, track how much you're Schengen, where you've been, some other things, and some really nice, cool analytics features. Again, Spotify wrapped on steroids is some of the goal of some of these features so that you can really track this stuff. And I know people really love doing this and comparing. So what we're trying to do is enable that through the app. So yeah, really, really, really fast and high level overview of BorderSense, but really cool app. We're happy with it. We're really hoping that we can simplify some visa stuff for folks. There's also currency as well. So let's say we're visiting Hong Kong. What you should be able to see is it'll give you a rough idea of your home currency as well. So let's say $1 is 5.39 Hong Kong dollars as of the latest exchange data. So it'll give you an idea. So for example, what's always handy is I'm always calculating, hey, how much is $10, how much is $20, etc. What is that worth in the local currency? And then to get my bearings, so another quick, real handy thing instead of having to get yet another currency converter or something like that. So heaps of features in here, all geared to pretty much being your one-stop shop for travel, visa, anything like that. So yeah, the main idea of this app is to make it as fun as possible, track your countries as well, and do all sorts of things. So yeah, as you can see here, we've even got our wish list as well. If we can zoom in, we can see Andorra. Yep, great. And then we can even see your current location as well, so you can kind of see that and work out where you are. I won't do this because it's on the desktop version, but thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this BorderSense walkthrough. Any questions, leave us a comment. Hope you guys really liked it. And I hope you guys really use it and get some value out of it, especially for all your various travels over the next little while. So thank you. Hopefully this is now the most fun travel app you guys are going to use in 2026 and beyond. Okay, bye-bye.